Okay. First, I'm going to fix some mistakes. Or I consider them mistakes anyway. Okay. This floor has to go. Hello, this is Glenda with Fralin and Friends Crafts Plus again. I am painting out this floor, but I am using dark brown like in the cupboards above. So I have a solution for the table, trying to think back into, my history and back. Anyway, we'll get that very shortly. Okay, what I did here, those light brown, that's the separation of the cupboards, because usually we kind of paint around them. Anyway, thinking back, most of the tables that would have been like in the 50s or 60s that our grandparents had were chrome or tin strips around the edges, and the top was generally some kind of formica or something like that. Tables, wood tables, there were probably, there were some, but just your everyday kitchen table in homes like where I grew up, those were mostly kind of a chrome or tin on the strip around the edge of the table, and then on top, which you don't see because the bowl is taking it all up. On top, you would have like I said, a formica or something. So that's what I have done here. It's a metal table and then the brown around it. I was going to put little pop rivets in like they had, or nails like they had, but I was having problems with the shakes, and I thought I'm not going to go through all that. So, and you could see the backdrop or whatever above the countertop is a very pale yellow. Okay, you can see that I made a metallic trim around the edge of the Formica countertop too. I decided I wanted to put just some leaves in the window so that it's like maybe a tree limb is just kind of, peeking through. But it's not like a whole bush or a whole tree. It's just some leaves off of a limb. I thought, add a little pop of green. And so once I finished that, I wanted some sun streaks, but I never did put them in. What I did was I painted a blue sky. It was probably bluer than it needed to be, but that's what I did. I got to distinguish things somehow, and so that's kind of what I did. All right, you can see where I've put the blue for the blue sky. Probably a little bluer than it needed to be, but I don't know. I have my way, I guess. I am painting an orange. It's a partially hidden orange because there's other things that are in front of it, like those grapes that I haven't painted yet. And probably anyway, but that's an orange, and it's an orange colored orange. So let's see, what did I decide to do next? At some point, I paint that countertop. Oh, here, okay. Oranges have those little divots or little, I want to say pit. They've got those little punched in little areas or whatever. So I wanted to try and give them that look. or texture or whatever. So I took the toothpick and put some little dots of color or something just to make it look more like an orange. So sooner or later I do paint that countertop. And I do try to straighten out those gray lines. I will put it back on the easel. I haven't yet because I don't know why, but I have put it down so that I could get that bottom part, because that just goes right down into the base of the easel. So anyway, when I remember, I'll put it back up on this easel. Okay. I am finally painting in the fruit. Now, there were some spots that I thought I was going to have to explain. I'm going to tell you anyway, because I don't know, I just tell on myself. But there were some spots where once the camera quit because the card was full, so I had to take the card off, or had to upload that to the computer. What the heck? Why am I making such a mess there? Sorry, laughing at myself. I'm sure I fix it. But where was I? Oh, the times that it quit. The first time was because the card got full, so I had to take the film off or upload that to the computer, and then I had to reformat it. So I went back in, and I still had some battery life left, so I went back to work. And I looked up after a bit, and the battery was dead. There I'm painting the countertop. I'm trying to go that angle with the brush just to kind of give it that, that look that it's not just standing upright, that it is kind of, see, like that. I'm keep going over it, trying to get that effect. Okay, we're back at it, and I'm getting more. I think this was where the battery went dead, and I didn't notice it. But I've been giving you little tidbits anyway. So, okay, what I'm doing here is I'm putting the old Formica tops that we had. I made this one kind of a gray. But the old Formica tops that we had generally had flecks of something in it. Either that or they, swirl stuff so it looked more marbleized or something. So I'm doing the flecks in this one just for my own pleasure. So, and it gave me a chance to paint with a toothpick. Yeah, I did go a little high with that countertop there, so I fixed that. And I think it's getting pretty close to done. You can see I did the grapes. I put a little sunshine on that orange. There was one thing I almost forgot to do. I told you it's all done. And then I remembered. I remembered there was something else that I had not done. Okay. I guess there was another thing that I was doing, I still wanted to do. And that is to make the curtains a little bit lacy, kind of like a cafe style. Well, they're a cafe style in the way they're hung. But I just kind of wanted to put something lacy on the outs, there on on the inside edge. I want to say outside, but it's inside edge. So I'm just putting a little white, I tried to do eyelet and it wouldn't work for me. I just am not that steady. So I'm just putting little white, lacy looking dots. Hopefully they look kind of lacy. So, and believe it or not, I'm waiting for it to come up. I did. Come on, Guinea. Oops, sorry. Oh, that's my old nickname. Oh, now you know it. I did remember to put up curtain rod ends. Okay. It's those little details that can catch you off guard. But the other thing I forgot, I thought it was done. I was ready to show it to you. And then I realized I hadn't put any lines in the bananas. Okay, I am now putting the lines in the bananas. And thank goodness for my little toothpick trick. I don't know if it's a trick. Probably other people do it too. Or some other way. But it works for me. And it worked great for these lines on the banana. This is not a perfect painting. It's a fair painting. And I'm going to give myself, a B minus, maybe if I had to grade it. But that's me. I don't know what a real teacher would, or what grade level either. But so I did give the bananas some lines so they look like bananas. And then I finally was done. There it is. There's Granny's kitchen with the big fruit bowl. Thank you. I love you all. Take care. Good night.